All right, in reference to yesterday's standard 5.3b, y'all did a great job with it yesterday. In fact, y'all were my model class. I was very pleased with how 5th grade performed yesterday. 5.3b, I can multiply with fluency a 3-digit number by a 2-digit number using the standard algorithm. We're going to practice initially this first problem with a little bit of me taking the reins, guiding you, leading you. Second question, y'all are going to lead me. Third question, all on your own. Get it?
Got it.
Okay. So I have this 342 multiplying by 23. I have it 2 different colors so you can see your chapter A, chapter B. Remember, those are the terms I use for if this guy is the first one we multiply with, chapter A, this digit is the second one we multiply with, chapter B. We add them together to get our final product, our answer, chapter C. Now, you don't have this ability on your paper to have this magic,
Marker.
this
Marker pens. Something called dental floss. And that.
I'll fix it up.
What?
Okay, you don't have this ability to just make a magic little rainbow over one of your digits on your paper, but I kind of want you to remember this is going to be a marker that I'm going to use to kind of help you with that strategy of covering it up one at a time.
Can we use that marker?
Honestly, if you can do that on your paper, you might want to use your finger. Just take the knowledge that I'm starting off just with 342 multiplying by 3. Can y'all do that?
I did it.
Absolutely. That's 4th grade material. Y'all are now in 5th grade, so you can absolutely do this. My first step, remember what I brought in yesterday? One time in Hesterville. Someone this morning had the connection. They were like, oh, the 0 for 1 stands for multiplying in the ones place. The T for time stands for multiplying in the tens place. The H in Hesterville stands for multiplying the hundreds place.
Yesterday, so
I did. Today the connection came and I was like, woo, whatever, whenever it comes, I'm okay with that. So help me out this first step. What do I do, Peyton?
Oh, the first step, okay. 2 times 3 is 6.
Good. I'm going to go ahead and make it my color code that I have. 6. Notice the way I'm lining up my digits. If you need graph paper, any point in time, Ryan, can you hold up that, or show them where graph paper is in my class? Right there. And I can print off more if you need it, just to line up your digits in those graph grids, okay? So 6. My next step, 10.
3 times 4 equals 12.
Good.
You put the 2 in the tens place, and then you put the 1
2 in
above,
the ones.
and then you put the 2 above the 3. And then you circle.
I mean the 1. I have
Let's
a
start
question.
right quick. 3 times 4 is 12. You're accurate. The 2 stays put because it's in the ones place. Who travels? The 1, which is in the tens place. It travels above the 3, and I'm going to circle it up to know that I need to add it in.
Excuse me?
Mark Walker.
I have a question. Are we going to be doing another question on how
Absolutely.
to get the Yay!
Next step.
12. Well, 3 times 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 1 is 10.
Who goes down below?
0.
Okay.
And then the 1 goes on down. Yeah.
He carries, he travels. What do I do with this one?
Clean up. Clean
Clean house. Good, guys.
And then bring them down.
Now I bring down that 1 because the 3 has no one to multiply with. Since I'm bringing him down, I clean house here. Make sure you're keeping up with your place value. Now, did I finish with chapter A?
No.
Just a second. Be clear in that chapter A represents multiplying times the 1, the tens,
Yes.
the hundreds. Did I finish with chapter A? Yes. Now I need to move on to chapter B. 1 second. This guy, I'm going to actually show you exactly what it represents. If I were to, because some earlier had the question, why do we just put a 0? I don't want you to think, oh, it's just because Mrs. Hester said to, because that's not the case. What you're really doing here is, oh, let me make that a little bigger. You're truly multiplying 342 times 20. That's what this next part is doing. Oh. No worries.
I think that the murmur just went in and down.
What you're really doing is multiplying 342 times 20. Okay? Now, since you're seeing a 3 right there, we have to basically put something in its place value. Whenever you're multiplying that 20, I don't know if y'all were taught the magic math trick last year, but there's a magic math trick in multiplying times the tens and hundreds. So anything that's a multiple of 10 or 100 and has a 0 at the end, the trick is that you can take the 0, move it to the end of the product, and multiply what's left. Whenever I multiply what's left, I'm seeing that that's, oops, sorry, 682, but I gotta put it in front of this 0. 6,820. Now, notice the way I already put that 0 there. That's exactly what we're doing whenever you come to this point. And y'all, I wrote it right here. The first thing I do in chapter B is put your 0. This is the most common. It's okay. This is the most common 5th grade mistake. Is it showing the board?
Nope.
Okay, we're having technical difficulty. Please stand by.
Please stand by. I can use a really good. Anita, you're exactly in the picture. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead and take a sit over. Thank you, Beth. Oh well, there we go. Now, back to where I was. The biggest 5th grade common mistake is not putting a 0 first thing down here. Can I have everyone go take this, turn it into a 0, because we're really doing 340 times 20 now. I'm going to color code it, put your 0, first thing in chapter B. What that signifies is I'm acknowledging I no longer need his place value. Okay? Scott, my next task is I need to multiply this guy. He goes and says the same story. One time in Hesterville. He's multiplying times the 1s, then the 10s, then the 100s. So with that knowledge, I've already placed my 0. What do I do next, Roman? Is. Excellent. Next step. Kaiden? Yes, sir.
2 times 4
Is.
8.
Yes, sir. Last step, Nina.
2 times 3 is 6.
Good. Now, did chapter B finish his story?
Yes.
Okay.
Bring a challenge.
Now, since I completed A and B, what do you do with those 2?
Turn them into C.
I'm going to add them up.
And turn them into C. Chapter
Yes.
A plus B equals D.
We're going to get our final product.
6, 8, 7.
Now, notice the way I lined up my place value very nicely. Okay, one last little remark. Whenever I am finished with a problem, there is so much going on work-wise. I will not be the only math teacher to ask you this. I want you to ensure, kind of like whenever you're going to send a package off. Let's pretend you're sending something to Grandma in the mail. Do you just take the package, the flowers, whatever you're sending her, and throw it in the mailbox? Is the mailman going to know what to do with it? You put it in a package and you wrap it up, you box it up, and you ship it off to where it's going.
You also have to.
I want you to do the same thing to this. Yes, besides the postal and everything. I want you to box this up. That's basically telling me you are proud of this answer, you're complete, it's ready to be shipped off and checked. It is good to go.
It's like
Get it?
yesterday. Got it.
Good.
Good.